Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Right to the air is Jackson. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
Well, Charles, look, this is probably a harbinger of things to come. He's got such trust in his tight end, and they're on back-to-back plays. We're seeing that on display.
And when they have that kind of trust, they're not as worried about what the coverage is because they feel like they know each other so well. They'll make the subtle move downfield, and the ball will end up in the right spot. And by the way, partner, what's harbinger mean? Help me out.
Well, you're the one that taught me that a few years ago, so I'll have to lean on you for that. I'm just hoping it fit into the sentence correctly.
I must have got it from my word of the day calendar on my desk.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Throwing is Jackson.
And again back to Kmet. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Heck of a start for him here, Charles, on this opening drive, and they're doing it all through the air. That's 4 snaps and 4 passes so far.
I do think that there's an argument, Brandon, to maybe mix in a running play or two, but the way that these offenses are constructed, you can get that done with swing passes and checkdowns. The way they're throwing it, I keep pressing it downfield.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now it's Jackson. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way, and then try and match his athleticism.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little. That
they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
Bears 7, Lions nothing. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 29, Lawrence.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play action. Now Jackson.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Play action. It's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. Are back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll go again with Herbert.
And some room to roam now. And all the way down to the 7-yard line.
77 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
A handoff for Herbert.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Third and goal, Jackson. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. T. Higgins, his 6th touchdown of the season, and they are able to add on to their advantage. Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Lions 7. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
The Lions at 10-1 now on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. .153 remaining in this first half of play. Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Odell Beckham Jr., the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Odell Beckham, 1 play, 75 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points. But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Pulled in at the 24. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
This time, Jackson will throw it. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mond.
He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
At the 30-yard line.
Now Lawrence.
He finds his man, complete. It's Knight, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On first down, Lawrence. And that's going to be caught downfield by Chark.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, Knight. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
Shark's got it left side.
Down inside the 10.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Knight, and this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped.
Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown from 8 yards out, and the Lions are back within a score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Herbert once more. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. They'll run on 1st down. It's Knight, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Here's a give to Herbert.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They go play action now. Jackson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Bears! Cole Kmet, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Elliott good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Here's Raymond bringing it out.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The 40, Khalif Raymond. He will score. Touchdown, Lions.
One of the most exciting plays in football, a kickoff return for a touchdown. And in all the excitement, let's not lose sight of the fact that now the pressure shifts to that snapper, holder, and kicker. This extra point is really important.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
This is Herbert.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The offense on third down, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Third down from the gun, it's Mond.
And that one will fall incomplete. Had it in his hands, couldn't complete the catch, but just a rare mistake on a great day. And now 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. On first down, Knight.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Right back to him on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Lawrence.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Knight. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Zonovan Knight. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Jackson. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Knight, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now a give right side. Knight. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Zonovan Knight.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point by Badgley up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Jackson.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they take a knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Lions, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the L.A. Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.